Hello everyone, welcome to the session. So in this particular video, we will talk about the problem description of our project. I hope that until so far you already have watched my previous videos where I have talked about the overview of our project, right? So we get to know that, okay, what the project is all about. That is something which I believe now you all are familiar of. Now in this particular video, I am particularly focusing on the problem description part so that I will be able to talk about the approach and the solution methodology in the next upcoming sessions. So basically what we have is the data set. I hope you all know that whenever we are dealing with any machine learning based project, you all know, right, that what is the complete pipeline that we have in any machine learning project. So we mainly start with the planning phase, where our major goal is to talk about that where we will be able to get the data set, if we will be able to get a data set, whether we will be able to get the results which are mainly useful for the business domain in order to generate the revenue, whatever be the domain knowledge that we have, accordingly whether we will be able to plan it out or not pretty well. The planning phase, where we will talk about the availability of data, we will talk about the explainability of the result. For example, your model is able to generate the result, or your model is able to give the predictions, but can we apply on top of that any deep learning based model to explain that why is that result correct, right? The scalability, the availability of resources, that whether we have enough GPUs or the other resources which are required. Maybe when we will do the deployment, we required some cloud platforms, whether we have all those accessibility or not. So that is something which we have in the planning phase, where we plan our project, where we plan our everything that we used to have in the upcoming phases, right? Once the planning phase is done, we usually go with the data preparation phase in the pipeline of machine learning projects. So when we talk about data preparation, I hope you all know that we used to do a EDA task, exploratory data analysis, where we used to find out that, okay, whether the data contains some outliers or not via, creating the box plots, whether, your data contains the what I would say null values or not, whether your features present in your data is highly collinear or not. We used to check the multi-collinearity in a given data set which is available to us. All these things and the imputations corresponding to that will happen in this phase. So what I will say is that our maximum amount of time will go in this data preparation phase, where we need to prepare a data in such a way that there will be no as such outliers in our data set, there will be no as such null values present in our data set. It will be completely end-to-end prepared. And suppose it's a problem where, if it is a supervised based machine learning problem, so we have to pipeline our data in such a way that we will be having the features, and corresponding to every feature we will be having a target value, right? So streamlining our data in such a way that corresponding to every features we will be having a target value. All these things will happen in this particular phase of data preparation. Now in the next important phase, we will usually talk about model preparation, right? Where we used to pick up the best models, we used to apply various models to check that which particular model will work pretty well in our data set which is given to us in our problem specifically. And without doing any experiments, we can't say that, okay, this model will work the best in this particular use case. That is for sure. Now, after that, the next important thing that we need to understand is the model evaluation part, where we need to see that, okay, we prepared our model, we got the predictions, but how much is the accuracy of that? How much is the F1 score of that? How much is the precision of that, recall of that, depending upon which kind of problem we are solving, different model evaluations parameters we have, right? This is the fourth phase where we will talk about the model evaluation. The fifth one is something which I hope everyone knows, but because we are starting our project now, so I just want to revise all your fundamentals so that you will be able to do a mind mapping whenever we do the steps in every phase of our project. The next phase is model deployments, and let me tell you every phase we will try to see in this particular project. So here we will talk about the deployment tools, how basically we are deploying our that models pickle file on the platform, to see the proper web UI, to see the predictions, all those things, how it is happening, which cloud platforms we are using, all these things we will try to see in the model deployment phase. And the last but not the least is the maintenance, or I would say monitoring and maintenance. So here we will try to see, right, that okay, we deploy our model. It's not like that our task is done. We need to monitor that now our machine or our system, our model is performing well on the production side or not, right? So this is the complete end-to-end flow where we started with the planning phase and we ended with the monitoring and maintenance phase. Now, what is the problem description? Basically, in the previous video itself where I talked about the project overview, I have talked about that this particular project covers up the concept of mainly customer segmentation, where we will be having a huge amount of data, and first of all, depending upon the features of the customers, we need to make few clusters, right? That's how what we call the segmentation, right? According to the features, according to the similar patterns that our model will be able to understand, we need to do the segmentation task. For example, we will be able to get maybe 4 clusters. This is C1, this is C2, this is C3, this is C4. So this is the first thing that we need to do. Depending upon our data, we need to do the customer segmentation, depending upon the features present in our data. And obviously to reach to this particular phase where we are doing a segmentation of the customers depending upon the features that we have, we need to apply various phases, right? We need to do the EDA task, we need to, whatever phases I have just talked about, right? We need to prepare the data. Then while doing model preparation, there are so many different kinds of, again, segmentation algorithms that we have. We can apply any of them. So we need to see that which particular model can work better here. And after that, once we will be able to get the clusters for future things, for example, okay, maybe I will be having in my data set maybe 1000 records, and for those 1000 records, suppose you will be able to form 4 clusters. That is fine. But what I want is that, okay, this is something which you did as a customer segmentation task, which is completely fine. I can clearly understand where you are coming from. Now, I'll try to talk about the solution thing, where I'll talk about that what models we are applying and how we are solving these things. So here I'm not talking about the how part. I'm talking about the description of the problem that we're going to solve here. The next question which you can ask from me that, okay, this is fine, Priya, like you will be able to have a number of records and you will be able to form a clusters out of that by applying any clustering algorithm. But what if in future new records will come? How I will come to know that, okay, when on next day some new data is coming up, obviously data is not fixed. It's a streamlined data where data will keep on coming up. What I want is that on next day when 1001 record will come, I will be having all the features of those particular data set. I will be having available features. Do my model will be able to tell me that, okay, out of these 4 clusters, cluster number C1, C2, C3 and C4, which cluster this particular record, which is the new test data that I have, will belong to. Now you can clearly understood, right, that here this is nothing but, for example, if I am saying it belongs to cluster number 2, this is nothing but here I am talking about something called as a multi-class classification problem. Multi-class, can I say classification problem? That once my model will be able to give me clusters, in future if new record is being added, my model will be able to give me the idea that this particular record will belong to that particular cluster. This is something that we are doing as a next second step. So I hope that now you will be able to get an idea that what is the problem behind this particular, what is the use case here. We have been the availability of a data set, which I will show you in the next upcoming videos where we will talk about the implementation part. Here just I want to give you a brief overview of what we will do in our upcoming project. We will be having the records that may be n records, consider that it will be 1000, assume. So basically the very first thing, the problem is that we need to cluster it out. How we will do the clustering? We will apply maybe some sort of clustering algorithms there. So here the basic idea is that you should be aware about the different kinds of clustering algorithms in machine learning that we have, and you should be aware about the different kinds of classification algorithms that we have. Then only this complete project and the implementation will make sense to you. Right? So this is something that we will going to do so that we will be able to get an idea of this project end to end. And I'll make sure that I'll try to do the things in a very smooth manner so that everyone will be able to understand the logic as well as the, intuition behind each and every phase that I have just covered up. I'm not able to get a proper line. It's okay. So we will be having these 4 clusters. So now we'll start with each and every phase that I have written, right? And I'll try to explain everything step by step in the upcoming videos. I hope that you will be able to get an idea now that what is the problem description, what we will try to do in this particular project, and what is the outcome that we want to achieve here actually. And in project overview itself, I already talked about it. What is the business use case of that? If I will be able to get an idea about the patterns of the customers, then it's very usable for me to generate a revenue out of it, right? I will maybe show the recommendations of that particular thing only. For example, if I know that this particular customer, the next in record which features which I am getting belongs to, pattern number 2 or cluster number 2, then I'll show that kind of maybe the products to them, which I find it most suitable for them. So this is the real use case which you need to understand in a bigger picture. I hope I'm making sense to everyone. With this, let's end this video. I'll try to come up with another video where now we will talk about the solution approach, that what are the steps that we will do internally step by step, and then we will discuss the implementations of all these steps which I'm talking about here, right? With this, let's end this video. Happy learning to all. Bye-bye everyone, and I'll see you all in my next upcoming video.